Hi guys. This is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I don't know how those animatronic AI things pop up. I don't like it. Anywho, if you get a connected, an epiphany, a mind-blown moment, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom. And if you would like a pyramid on the floor right there, I got some other work going on. I got to sand and make ornaments. Please go to my website, AllyKatzkreations211.com, and email me and message me if you're interested in anything and if what the prices are. I work with people. Oahspe! Finally. Although I am off on my schedule, I do apologize again for those who are not watching the other videos that I'm doing. A lot has transpired in the last week that has taken me completely off course. I'm now trying to catch back up with my work, and that's like everything. So I do apologize for this being superiorly late. Oahspe. First, Book of God from Cpenta Armij, chapter 18. And I'm sorry, my table's occupied. Shit. So I do apologize. On the next morning at sunrise, God spake again to Brahma, saying, consider the fruit of the earth and the pasturage in the fields. The male and the female feed on the same grass. The one yieldeth milk, the other is for the yoke. Neither can any man change these creations. What man shall say to another, feed thou on this or on that? But they take of them that are born in darkness and raise up priests. The food for the flesh, or even fasting, cannot bring suus. The air warmeth the earth, and not the earth the air. The spirit enlighteneth the corporal part, and not the corporal part the spirit. Light is the freedom of all. To know this is the beginning of wisdom. Nevertheless, without suffering, some that are bound would not know they are bound, or if knowing would not desire freedom. At this time, Hog, the youngest born, was greatly moved, whereupon God bade him speak. Hog said, oh, that I could believe these things. Oh, that I could see. Oh, that I could hear. Oh, the misery of my darkness. Oh, the horrors of the suspense of not knowing a matter. Bitter is my soul and full of anguish. Oh, the madness of this hour upon me. Wherein, O wisdom, forgettest thou the time of my begetting, to let me spring up as an offense weed in such a garden of paradise. And he bowed his head and wept, and then spake Utiv, his mother, that brought him forth. She said, I perceive thy light, O father, but I cannot bear it. Thou didst unlock my members to bring forth these 7 gods. Never woman on the whole earth brought forth so rich a harvest, but yet my soul is tortured to the very center. Oh, that the light of my soul could be transferred to this God of men. And she also wept. Now spake it, saying, next nearest am I to thee, O my dearest brother Hog. No love lieth so fondly to thee as mine. And as to thee, Utiv, my goddess mother, thou hast most wisely named me abundant. For in our love hath Oahspe provided us equal to the highest of gods, because I have witnessed that this purest and best of brothers cannot see spiritually. My soul is mellowed toward all the world. Yeah, my outstretched arms shall receive the darkest of men, and my soul shall go up in praise of Oahspe forever. Oahspe spoke next, He said, most wisely am I named Space, for it hath pleased Oahspe to show me the breadth of his creations. What belief or what unbelief is that there he hath not provided a glory for it, because my sweet brother Hog has been thus blessed with darkness. He shall be guardian unto me in earthly wisdom all my days. In my faith, I know it is well with him. Yet in my love, I would that he could see as we all see. Then spake Gitern, whose name signified time. He said, behold, I am the fourth born, and as it were in the middle, whose love is so delightfully hedged about as mine, who is surrounded by the light of heaven and earth. At one end, behold my Father, God of men, the very voice of heaven and earth, interpreter of the Creator's words. At the other end, the best, sweetest brother ever created on earth, with all the wisdom of men and angels. Oh, the glory of this hour. Oh, the delight to be with these gods and with Utiv, goddess of women. Thus Vus, the second born, spake. He said, wherein shall I glorify thee, O Oahspe, not glorify myself? I am full to overflowing with the delight for the love of these, my brothers and father, very gods. But Utiv I have more than love. I perceive through my own sweet mother how the different castes of men are made. O mother, how nearly a righteous woman dwelleth with the Creator. We Ish said to rank one's thoughts and desires ever high, would not this deliver the world? Vedi said to know the truth and ever speak it in love and kindness, would not this deliver the world and establish Oahspe? Now woke Brahma from his trance, and he spake, saying, to find the Father, to know him, to reveal him, these are all, and for his glory only. Now again spake God, saying, wiser than all the rest is Brahma. Who of ye all hath not spoken of himself or herself? Who hath uttered a word of praise or of thanks, and left out self? Judge ye then what is required of men, that my spirit may find utterance through their lips. Then the voice departed for that day, and the angel of God appeared in the door, so all save Hog could see. The angel said, that ye may see the spirits of the immediate world, come ye at midnight and sit in the sacred circle in the grove of Iban. We will appear in Sagris. Hog heard not the angel, but the others told him what the angel said. Accordingly, at midnight, they sat in a circle in the grove of Iban. And the angel of God appeared in the midst of the circle in Sagris, and talked with them face to face. And Hog said unto the angel of the truth, I know thou art not mortal, and yet thou hast the semblance of flesh, and limbs and arms and a very body, and art clothed withal, and thy clothes are like mortal clothes. Now I can tell thee face to face, I believe thou art no angel of the dead, but a very reflected self-substance produced out of the substance of my Father. How sayest thou? The angel answered, saying, mortal words cannot convince thee, neither the words of a spirit. Behold, I will show thee a friend of thine who is dead. With that, the angel showed the spirit of Hog's friend who was dead, and the man's name was Arakata. And so Hog said unto him, thou art a very counterpart of him I knew. What is thy name? The spirit answered, Arakata. I tell thee, O Hog, these things are true. I am the spirit of thy friend. Yeah, I am that very friend, Hog said. Where dwellest thou? Where hast thou been? Art thou happy? Has thou visited all the heavens? The spirit answered him, saying, I dwell on the earth even as before death. Around about, I am happy. The glory of my present world surpasseth the earth. I am not visited the highest heavens. I am only as yet in the first resurrection. Up above us there are heavens where all the people are gods and goddesses. I cannot go there. They are too white or light. The spirit then disappeared, and Hog said, What I have seen, I have seen. What I have heard. Yet I believe not that I have seen a spirit nor heard one. The spirit must in reason be thin and subtle and air-like. Then spake the angel of God, saying, How shall I please this man, O Oahspe? This day I showed myself in the door of that hut, thin and subtle and air-like, and he saw me not, nor heard me. Who can find a way to open this man's soul to thy wisdom, O Oahspe? Now spake Yetiv, Great is the glory of thy angel, O Oahspe. Heavenly are the spirits of the dead. Welcome, O ye angels of heaven. Then spake Weish, saying, Even the lowest of heavens hath great glory, or the delight to dwell in such a paradise. Then Vus spake, saying, Such wisdom and truth, what are thy kingdoms, O Father, when even the first heaven hath such glory? Gitun said, Because I have lived and behold these things, I will proclaim thy wonders, O Oahspe, as long as I live. Vede said, Truth is thy mightiest work, O Oahspe. O said, How wisely hast thou framed thy worlds, O Oahspe. Even thy lowest of the angels are the delight of my soul. Next spake Set-it. He said, Give us of thy abundance, O Oahspe. Open wide the gates of the lower heavens. I will take thy angels to my arms and rejoice forever. Interesting. Brahma then came out of his trance. Though he had heard and seen all, he said, Whomever cometh that can make me better and show me how to most to benefit thy world, him, O Oahspe, send thou unto me. Sorry, guys, hang on. Sorry about that, guys. Very important phone call. How most to benefit thy world, him, O Oahspe, said thou unto me. And lo, first of all, Brahma was answered. A light, bright as the sun, stood in the midst of the circle, and it was higher than the clouds, and displayed a staff on which was a banner of gold and silver. And on the banner stars clustered to spell the words love, wisdom, and power. Presently the scene changed, and the angel of God said, He that spake last, Brahma, hath been answered first, because his words reached to the fountainhead. Whosoever ye send your prayers, there are ye answered. To which end I will now open the gates of the lower heavens, and ye shall witness what ye may. The angels withdrew all the lights around about, so the great darkness might be upon the circle. Presently Yetiv started as if affrighted somewhat. Then Vus sprang up, saying, What was that? And then another started, till presently all but Brahma and Hog were wild and startled, whispering, What do my eyes behold? Oh, that foul smell! Oh, that vulgar touch! And then one scream and another, until all broke and fled, screaming and crying out in fear and distress, flying in the darkness of the grove, frantic, almost dead with fear. Hog ran not, saw nothing to fear, heard nothing to dread, felt nothing to make him ashamed. And his father Brahma ran not, nor was afraid, and the twain called to the rest, pleaded, coaxed, and called in vain, could not stop them, could not find them in the darkness. They returned to the hut. Brahma and Hog saw the torches burning brightly, and came in and found Yetiv and her sons huddled together in each other's arms, white and pale as death. Hog asked the reason. Yetiv said, Shh, are they gone? Shh, keep them away. Then spake Vus, saying, O my brother, ask not what we saw, ask not what we felt, and what felt us. These things could not be lawful to mention. Say no more in heaven's name. The air of heaven is full of demons, Drudras. Now spake Vedi, saying, Alas, my father, I dropped the holy book, the Veda. I am writing. In my fright, I let it fall. It is not sized yet. And should it rain ere morning, the holy words will be lost. And not for 1,000 words would I go back to the grove this night. Oh, said Nor, I for 1,000 worlds. We said, for all the gold and silver in the world, I would not go there this night. So they all spake save Hog, and with all the love and they bore for Orsmond's words, nothing doubting they were his very words. Not one would venture amongst the evil spirits they had seen to recover the book. Then spake Brahma, saying, for many generations Orsmond had labored for this. I will go myself. I know he will protect me at all times and in all places. And Brahma rose up to depart. Then spake Hog, saying, Nay, father, thou art old. I am fresh and young, and withal, no, there are no spirits, but in the imagination of men I will go alone. Nor will I bear a lantern nor a torch, nor will I whistle nor sing. I will confront all the evil spirits of hell and their captains. I will recover that book this night, though I scrape every leaf from Ebon Grove. And mark ye too, I will return unscathed, nor will I see nor hear a spirit, though while I am gone. So Hog and Brahma only were fearless. With that, Hog departed, and after a while, he returned rejoicing, bringing the book, and he said, I neither saw nor heard a spirit, and I declare unto you that none of you saw nor heard them, for there are none. By the extreme bent of your minds, these imagings seem real, and as the great light with the words love, wisdom, and power, which I also saw, I say unto you, it is some emanation from this, our holy and most loved Father. How often have we heard him use those same words? And as to those figures that talked and had semblance of men and women, even to their garments, I say unto you all, they emanate from some source, even from our father, even Brahma. Now spake Utiv, saying, O happy unbelief, my son, oh, that I have been born as thus. Oh, that I have never seen such sights as I saw this night. Then said Os, O happy brother, our youngest born, would that I were like on thee. Oh, the vulgarity of those hands that came upon me this night. Thus said, oh, that I have never known the unseen world. Oh, that I have been born in the darkness like unto thee, our most favored brother. After that manner, they all spake deplorably of their gift of Suis. And when they had thus spoken, the angel of God spake through Brahma, saying, while it is yet night, I speak. With the dawn at sunrise is the Father's voice. Hear me then briefly, expecting not much wisdom, for I am not long born in heaven. Two great men created the Creator, the faithless and the unbeliever, the one who hath passed through the trials of the flesh and obtained to the Father's voice. For in becoming one with the Father, he no longer standeth in fear of anything in heaven or earth. The glory of constant resurrection is before him forever. All men who have not obtained to this may be likened unto a man going up a slippery hillside, who often riseth high, but suddenly slieth low. That glory themselves for their own light and wisdom and good gifts, rejoicing for self's sake for the glories that have fallen upon them, but they are cowards. Nevertheless, the Creator created a great man amongst these, and such is the unbelieving man. He hath neither gold nor silver, nor house nor land, and he is without spiritual sight or spiritual hearing, but his glory is understanding his own understanding. It is the subdueth the forest, the tameth the beasts of the field to man's service. He goeth alone in the dark, fearing naught. He followeth not the course of any man, but searcheth for himself. The priest cannot make him believe, nor can the angels of heaven, nor can subdue his judgment. He beholdeth the glory of the earth and of manhood. He calleth to the multitude, saying, why permit ye others, even priests, to think for you? Arise, O thou, and be a man. Arise, O thou, be a woman. He inspired of the earth, and for the earth, through his arm of tyrants and evil kings overthrown. Through him are doctrines and religions sifted to the bottom, and the falsehood and evil in them cast aside. Yeah, who but Oahspe could have created so great a man as unbeliever? And these two men, the faithless and the unbeliever, do mostly all the good that is done in the world. The one laboreth at the top of the hill, calling upward. The other laboreth at the bottom of the hill, pushing upward. On the next morning at sunrise, Oahspe spake again through Brahma, and Vedi wrote down the words, and on the succeeding morning in like manner, and so continued for 40 days and 40 days. Behold, the Veda was completed. The holy words of Brahma were written. God said to Brahma, go now and preach my gospel unto whomsoever will hear, proclaiming liberty to all who will follow thee. I will be with thee to the end, and thou shalt take Utiv, thy wife, and all thy sons with thee, even Hog, the youngest born. So Brahma went forth preaching by day and exhibiting the spirits of the dead by night. But to the chosen he spake at dawn in the early morning, the time the all light was upon him. And his sons also preached and explained, and Utiv explained to all women how it was with her when pregnant with her sons. Only Hog preached not, neither opened his mouth before the populace as to his unbelief. In his soul he said, these things may be true, and if they be true, it is well. If they be not true, still the believing of them by the populace worketh righteousness and goodness. With all my philosophy, I cannot move the multitude to righteousness, but my Father maketh them as a flock of sheep. They cease from evil and they practice good fellowship. Therefore, I will stand by my Father to the end. When Brahma came near a city, he halted outside the walls, that according to the law, the kings could not stay his voice. And the multitude came out of the city to hear him, and many returned not, but remained with Brahma and his sons in their camp. And when Brahma moved to another city, they went with him. And in a little while, the hosts of Brahma were as many an army of 1,000s. And not a few of them were men and women of wealth. And they cast their treasure at Brahma's feet, saying, take thou this trash and give me of everlasting life instead. The men of learning came not to Brahma, neither came the priests, nor kings, nor magicians, nor consulters of oracles. God said, take thy hosts and establish them in families of 10s, and of 20s, and of 100s, and of 1000s, and give thou a head, father, unto each and every family. And thy people shall be a people unto themselves, having nothing in common with the king's peoples. Behold, my angel will go with thee and show the wasteland, such as the king's peoples desire not. And thou and thy people shall possess the lands and dwell together in love and wisdom, doing good to one another. So Brahma did as commanded, and he established the mountains of Roam, not Rome, and the valleys and the mountains of Roam, and his people dwelt there in all 6,820 men, women, and children. And there came to Brahma a certain captain general of the army of King Cpenta of the western kingdom of Venmo, wherein lay the city of what the hell? Gaushemg Aramas. It's this big. So I do apologize. Of 1,000,000 inhabitants, and he said unto Brahma, in the name of the king, mightiest of men, Saisatha am I before thee, O Brahma, before the king sendeth thee gold, silver, and copper, saying, Brahma is good, Brahma shall give me the blessing of heaven. Brahma answered the captain general, saying, Brahma saluteth the king, mightiest of men, in the name of Oahspe, the creator, in the love, and in these wise words that came to the soul of Brahma, Brahma sendeth the king's servant, even the captain general, back to the king with his gold, silver, and copper, saying, deal thou with thy creator and not with men. The great spirit holdeth all blessings in his own hands. Give him thy treasures. The captain general departed and returned with his gold and silver and copper to the king, and told the king Brahma's words. The king was pleased with the wisdom of Brahma, but withal felt rebuked and sore at heart. So Oahspe suffered Satan to possess the king for a season, And the king resolved to destroy Brahma and all his people. And he commanded the captain general to assemble together 50,000 men with arms ready for battle. And when they were thus prepared and started on their journey, which would require 7 days, the king bethought him to require of the oracle to his best mode of success. Now the angel of God had taken possession of the oracle, and yet the Magi knew it not, nor did Cpenta. So the king came before the sand table, and the spirit wrote these words: He who hath become one with Oahspe is mightier than any army. Take off thy crown, O king, mightiest of men, and thou golden robes, and all that is fine and fair to look upon, and clothe thyself in the poorest of garments, even as a drook that wandereth about. But thy crown and thy costly robes and thy raiment fine and fair to look upon, but upon the body servant, and yet twain shall go in advance of the army even before Brahma. And thou shalt witness that man who professeth to labor for the poor will fall on his belly before the man of the riches and power. And behold, O king, that shall feel justified in destroying him, thou fallen before the crown and robes, knowing he is a hypocrite. The king was pleased with this, and he fulfilled all that was commanded of the oracle. And when he came near Brahma's camp, a man came before the king's servant, saying, Behold, O king, command me as thou wilt. And he prostrated himself on the ground before the king's servant. Whereupon the king, dressed as a drook, came to him and said, Who art thou? And the man answered, Begone, beggar. My matter is with the king, for he mistook which was which. The king ordered the men to be seized and taken away, put to death, and the advance guard fell upon the man and slew him with war clubs. And when the man was quite dead, behold, Brahma came, and the king, nor none of his advance guards knew him. And Vus and Wish were there with their father, and 3 came and stood by the dead man. Brahma then took the king's hand, saying, Thou art in the garb of a drook, come hither, for thou hast flesh and blood unto holiness. Lay thou one hand on the dead man, put thine other hand on my head, for I will prove Oahspe before thine eyes. Behold, thou who hast tried to kill Brahma, kill another person. And when the king's hands were placed, Brahma stood by the head of the dead man, and his 2 sons by the heart. And Brahma said, In thy name, O Oahspe, and by the power in me, return thou to life, O man, and arise, arise, arise. And behold, a man was brought to life, and rose up and stood before the multitude. The king trembled with fear, and guards stood aback, amazed. And as for the servant arrayed in the king's garb, he cast aside the crown and robes, and fled into the forest. Brahma said unto the king, Here standeth the angel of Oahspe, and the angel saith, Thou art the king in disguise, and moreover that he, the angel, commandeth thee here for this purpose, saying to thee in the oracle, He that hath come one with Oahspe is mightier than any army. The king said, This is true. I swear before thee, O Oahspe, henceforth I will swear such garments as these I have on, and my life shall be given to thy service. Let who will take my kingdom, and all I call mine. So Cpenta, joined Brahma's host, and with him came his brothers and their sons and daughters, and those that came cast into a heap whatsoever goods or monies they had. And the head fathers of the families divided and distributed the same according to their best wisdom. And Brahma's people, by commandment of Brahma, called themselves not Brahmins, but Vedans, that is, truth followers. In those days, the language of the kings of Venue and of men of learning was also signifying out of all that is good. But the Vedans were the unlearned, and their language was imperfect, and of many meanings for every spoken and written word. And God foresaw the liability to corruption of the Brahmin religion, and he spake to Brahma, saying, Behold, I give thee 7 sons, 6 of the light and 1 of the darkness. Thy 6 sons of light shall establish each one a school amongst my chosen, and teach my scriptures by word of mouth. And all that henceforth become rabbis, shall be capable of repeating every word of the Veda by heart. And in after ages, if the plates and the books of my holy religion are destroyed by war, it mattereth not. The substance of thy labor shall live. Then did Brahma's sons, as commanded, each and every one becoming a teacher. And again, God spake to Brahma, saying, arise and go where my angel will lead thee, taking thy wife and thy son Hog with thee. And thou shalt travel yet 2 years from place to place, then return thither, for thy labor will be completed. And we're going to leave this here. Very interesting. Sorry about butchering names. Not my intention. It's nice to get back to my reading. Makes me happy. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this Oahspe. Next time we'll get through the rest. There is a lot more to that chapter. I'm trying to clean my house because my allergies are going berserk. Fun times. So I hope all of you have an amazing week ahead. Sending each and every one of you light, love, grace, compassion, shielding, and protection. Please be safe, be seen. And again, go into my links. If you are interested in anything, please email me. I'm here. Hopefully this week is a little less hectic and traumatic and banana nuts. And I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.